Hi, my name is Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Exodus 4 verses 24 to 31. And here is the word of God. At a lodging place on the way, the Lord met him and sought to put him to death. Then Zipporah took a flint and cut off her son's foreskin and touched Moses' feet with it and said, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me." So he let him alone. It was then that she said, "A bridegroom of blood," because of the circumcision. The Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." So he went and met him at the mountain of God and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord with which he had sent him to speak, and all the signs that he had commanded him to do. Then Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the people of Israel. Aaron spoke all the words and gathered together all the that the Lord had spoken to Moses and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the people of Israel and that he had seen their affliction, they bowed their heads and worshipped. Exodus 4:24-31. Here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Aaron and Moses meets with the Israelite. At a lodging place on his way to Egypt, God wanted to put Moses to death. He hasn't obeyed the covenant promise of his son's circumcision. His wife Zipporah had to circumcise her own son, which she loathed. Then Moses proceeded to meet his brother Aaron at the mountain of God. He told Aaron what was God's directive to him and to his brother. They gathered the Israelite elders and relayed God's message to them. Here's my commentary. In this account, we can be surprised by verse 24. God wanted to put Moses to death. One can wonder why he would want this when he initially chose him to deliver his people. Is it because of his false humility that he cannot do the task? Is it Moses' constant justification that he isn't cut to do what he wanted him to do? Verses 25 gives us a clue of why God's wrath was kindled. He hasn't even circumcised his son. It was a requirement of God from his people to have all males circumcised. Interestingly, his wife Zipporah did the circumcision ritual, which was supposed to be done by Moses himself. In verse 26, we are given a clue that she must have left Moses on his own to meet his brother because he was going to deliver God's people. The Israelites believed after seeing the miracles. Reflection. Why do you think God chose Moses, who lacked faith and always resisting? Well, after the sin of Adam and Eve, we are all resistant. We are all God resistant. We like to follow our whims, our desires, our comfort zones, and all that. So, if God chose a perfect person, that would be him, because there's only one perfect person, and that is him. So he had to choose somebody who is sinful, imperfect, and lacking in faith, so he can grow his faith by believing in him and relying on his understanding, on his own, not on his own understanding, but relying on God's will and God's wisdom. So I think God chose Moses so that he can show us that he could choose anybody just like us who are sinful, and he can change anything that he wants to change in us if he wants it. And he can definitely use us if he wants it. No matter how much we say no, if he wants to use us, he will use us. He has the power to do that. So I encourage you that when you are being given a call by God to do something, that you don't have to understand it, because I used to do that a lot, trying to understand why. Instead of asking why, we need to ask, what do you want me to do for your glory, Lord? Because a lot of times when we ask why, it's our natural instincts to ask that because we want to be in control. But actually, God is in control of everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ILMA'S.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos and give you the Word of God. If you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done on YouTube or Google search. Just type on the search box, ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.